Serving first from Malone Handball Club, Ty Carroll and Niall Malone. Receiving serve from USA Arizona, Leo Canales and Abraham Montijo. 3 games to 15, 0-0. Over ball. Zero. Short ball. Second serve.
Okay, we're back on court 2, and we've got a very special guest here. Man that won 3 world titles in Limerick a couple of weeks ago. Ain't that right?
2 golds and a silver.
Not bad. Not bad. We've got Jared Vale from New York City. Jared, we've got 2 compelling one because they're a little bit of an unknown. Ty Carroll is playing exceptional handball so far this tournament. Gave
1-0
Lucho a real test, a good run earlier on. He's playing doubles with Niall Malone.
I think he lost 11-7 in a breaker.
0-1.
So I think he lost about 14 pounds of sweat.
He does that anyway. That's just walking around. But so running Luis Cordova
1-1.
Close, had a really good win over Owen McGinty last night, and showed really good signs of some of the form he might have had a couple of years ago when he started entering senior handball. He's playing doubles with Niall Malone. He used to play doubles with Jeremy Nash all through the grades, and Niall has been out of handball for 8 years. This is his comeback, so what a stage to start your tournament handball comeback on. And there against Leo Canales, I think he's the fifth or sixth seed. He's the 6th seed in the singles. He's playing with Abe Montijo.
3-1.
Leo, who is he's been in 2 or 3 WPH Tour event finals. A real up and coming player there. I know they don't play much doubles on they don't have a WPH Tour doubles event, so compelling game to really know where these players are at, or how much doubles Leo and Abe play.
Well, even at the WPH events, there is an open doubles, and for a while the guys were teaming up and playing doubles, even though it wasn't sponsored by WPH.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
So they've got it done.
See a bit of it anyway. That's a good finish. Good pick by Leo.
Touched it. Thank you. Point.
On this play by Niall. But it's great to see Niall back in the court. Very talented player in his own right. That's a good serve from Leo Canales.
5-1.
They've raced out to 5-1 lead here.
Jumping out to a pretty quick lead.
Yeah, and maybe just kind of exposing Niall a little bit.
6-1.
We'll
see if they're going to switch sides in a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm surprised that Niall decided to stick on the left. I know Ty played a lot of right side doubles over the last couple of years. How's your trip been
7-1
so far?
Trip's been fantastic. I actually flew in this morning, and I'm trying to keep the eyes open so I can get on the schedule. I have to drive 2 hours to Crinkle tomorrow to play.
Excellent.
First time out, 1 minute.
That's a real welcome to Ireland.
Well, we didn't know where to stay and where else to stay but Croke Park.
Why not? Why not? That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Obviously, you spent a good bit of time. You spent the full week in Limerick. A couple of weeks ago, you're back in Ireland again for your second trip in 3 months, which is great.
Second trip in 3 months. I'll have to try to get a few minutes to go back to the private casino that I became a member of.
Brilliant. I'm sure they'd be delighted to have you back.
For sure. But they have some money of mine that I need to get back. So
you'd be doing well to get that now, in fairness.
So we'll do a little bit of sightseeing. But what I'm really interested, I found out today that on Friday there's going to be a couple of exhibition matches on the 60 by 30.
8-1.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I went and stood in that court, and I need roller skates to play in there for sure. It's incredible. And I can't wait to see that.
I don't know who's confirmed that they're going to be in there. I think Kieran Neary and Shane Dunn are going to play an exhibition in the hardball, which is going to be really fun. The hardball and the softball are, again, they're so important to the Irish handball tradition.
9-1.
Said, good serve. So so that's going to be a lot of fun. In New York, I know it's obviously predominantly one wall that you play, but you do play a little bit of four.
1-9.
Where would you play four wall in New York City?
So lately I've been going to the NYAC a little bit. Joe Kaplan, we've been playing there with Paul Williams. But we have actually a pretty large group that plays in
hold on 1 second.
LA Fitness and Lake Success.
Okay.
We also sometimes slide over to Garden City, New York, which is a couple miles
1-9.
away. And we have a group that plays up in New Rochelle, which is just north of New York City.
Okay.
Had some guys in Connecticut. And we'll actually be throwing the 50th annual Albany Open coming up on the 21st of November, and that's a great event, and that's upstate
9-1.
New York. Brilliant. I used to play a bit in the West Side Y as well. It was a fun time. I used to go down. I used to get games with Saul Gonzalez in New York in Central Park.
Saul.
Saul would
10-1.
absolutely eviscerate me in games of one ball with the small ball, and he'd spin the ball everywhere, just like spin the ball left and right, and then we'd play four wall, and he couldn't stop spinning the ball, and he just put back wall, so from side wall back wall set up. About 10 of them a game. So
that's great. I didn't know that you knew Saul. So I love to play doubles with Saul.
He's a talented handballer.
He's talented. We have an over/under 50 coming up, and I was gonna play with him, and we like to play with each other. We won some big matches, some grudge matches that he's had in the day.
11-1.
He's a good guy. Before the Worlds in Portland, he wanted to get some games of four wall in, so. That was like no problem as long as you give me some tips.
1-11.
So that was good fun.
He doesn't come around too much in four wall anymore.
No.
And
do you know who used to give me games over there as well? It'd be nice to mention because he was a really good guy. He's not with us anymore. Jason
2-11
Morgan used to give me a lot of games.
Jason Morgan. I didn't know Jason.
Lovely fella.
We were talking about playing a lot of four wall or not, but we brought a nice group of young kids with us, and one of the guys
2-11
today, Jack Wu, ended up beating Rory Grace, who I love Rory and the Grace family.
Second serve.
Who was seated second. And I told them that, you might want to see this guy. Jack lost to Tyree Bastidas, 11-10 tiebreaker in our Long Island Open.
Must be a good player.
He's incredible. He gets every ball. He's someone to watch out for. These kids are really training now with the four wall.
That's great. Good to see it. So going back to this game here, Leo and Abe have really controlled this match so far. We're not even at the 10-minute mark, and
11-2.
11-2. They're up 11-2.
Point.
They're going to change strategy for game two. That's why a match is
12-2.
great. Anything can happen in the course of this. When you coming to the U.S. next?
I planned maybe 2 trips next year, so I'm going to. I haven't completely confirmed. I haven't booked anything, so but I do plan on coming to
13-2.
next year. I might try and get in either the one-wall nationals. which I love going to the 1-1 Nationals. It'd be cool.
Possible game point
I would
2.
like to go to a Race for 8 event, so I'll have to try and organise that as well.
Which event?
A Race for 8 event.
Oh, yes.
Half out.
Well, make sure you hit me up when you come.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Possible game point
we'll
2.
hang out, so.
Short.
You know, we are also having, I don't know if you've heard, it's in the works. I'm working
Second
with
serve.
Dan
Oh, yeah,
McVicker.
John
McVicker.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
what I'm looking for a
yes.
title, but what I'm telling
Point
the guys
game,
in
good
New
play.
York, the Irish are coming.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Yeah, so Dan was saying that he was trying to put on like a juvenile event to bring some of the kids over and expose them to New York. Like New York handball, especially in one, I think it's been great. I suppose this summer, especially, you've seen quite a jump in the level of across the board with Irish handball in one wall, and trying to see. It was great to see Irish players compete across the board and have good wins against some of the New Yorkers, and then having some of the top New Yorkers in Ireland. Hadn't seen them here for a while. There was a while there where, you know, a few of the New York one-wallers were coming over to the Irish Nationals. So it was great to see Naz, Timbo, Taiwan, Willie,
Alan.
yourself, Alan, you know, see all these great players coming over and taking some of the Irish culture, and hopefully had a good time in Limerick.
We had a great time, and I think what we took home, which was necessary, was the concentration on the youth, the
Yes.
future of the game. The amount of kids, you know, Izzy, Isaiah Rivera, and Mel Sky that runs Zuriga. They got to be coaches of that fun day of play.
Yeah.
And you know, it just, I think it motivated a lot of people to say, you know,
Great.
this is where it's at.
Yeah, I hope so. Like it's, it was great. It was like Limerick was unbelievable. One of the best handball tournaments I've ever been to, and to see.
Well, yeah, bar none.
No, in terms of one ball, it was incredible. And different to this, different to a 4-wall tournament, and I know this has given a great exposure to some of the clubs in Ireland that mightn't get the recognition that they usually get, you know. So although we have all the open games here in Croke Park, can't be forgotten about how much we get to. Huh? Get put in a food order. Fair play to Dan McVicker, he's looking after me up here.
There was some nice sandwiches downstairs that I just was able to have, and so
Yeah.
and some cookies.
Yeah, that has to be done.
But so I met actually not too long ago with and game 2's
Game
getting
2.
underway 0-0. So
0-0.
we'll keep you posted. But I was able to meet with the mayor of New York City.
Yeah.
And Jasmine Ray, who was very heavily involved.
I know
in
Jasmine,
handball.
I remember Jasmine.
And they invited the New York contingency to come in and talking about how can they
1-0.
help us at this point, right? Maybe with some money, with some organization.
Yes.
And at that meeting, you know, I
do that
mentioned
over.
that the Irish were coming.
Yeah.
And so I've got some commitments from Zuriga and Izzy. Now we have a facility and we're training some kids.
1-0.
Because the training that you guys give to your kids is unprecedented, right?
Okay.
The skill set that we see them learning,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to have to try to keep up with them.
I suppose
2-0.
like, from an Irish point of view, what we do is, because it's very small community based, so we have a lot of volunteers that would have. So I'm from a small town in Mayo, and I have a club, and if I get 2 or 3 kids on my club, and the next town over has 2 or 3 kids, and we work together to get them training together, and then it just kind of builds on that type of momentum, and might be a
3-0.
little bit harder without that organisation that the GA handball and the GA in general would provide. But
4-0.
if anything is to motivate, you know, the USHA or the ICHA to go and put these programs in place, that's it, isn't it? Like, so
Yeah, and to work together more with the goal
5-0.
to work together with the local associations,
Yeah, the
because
parks
there are a lot.
associations,
New York Parks Department, but also
Set out.
you know, there's St. Albans Association, there's Castle Hill. Everyone has their own. So I think
0-5.
you know over time, they're seeing the benefit of working together, and a lot of them participated in the world. So strength in numbers.
I suppose in terms of structure-wise, I suppose.
Do it over.
Oh, that's
called
a
it.
point.
All right. So
0-5.
So we have Tad now on the left side. Let's see if we could.
Yeah, so Tig's on the left. They've moved around. Leo and Abe still have a 5-point lead.
Better call the block there.
Could have done. Oh,
Point.
in fairness, Leo's doing a lot of damage with his core craft.
1-5.
Very aggressive. I suppose he's been waiting a lot today he was supposed to play Colin Crane earlier on, but unfortunately Colin pulled out, so
you got to buy.
Leo's got to buy to tomorrow, so this game for him would be important.
You know what? That's a talent too, and it's something that you have to do. You have to adjust, right? Things don't always happen the way that you think they're going to happen. And there he is playing a little bit of singles.
Yeah, Niall looks much more comfortable on the right now. I'm getting fed and watered here. Fair play to them. We go up to the ceiling. Abe digs it out of the back. Ty goes to drive. And that's
Point.
a miss. And they take the scoreboard over to 2-5.
2-5.
Yeah, so what was your favourite part of the Worlds in Limerick?
So my favorite part of the Worlds in Limerick.
Point.
There's a great shot by Ty Carroll. Flattens it.
I'm thinking
3-5.
there were so many great things, but I would just have to say, seeing how many volunteers there were, and I was just going to say the same thing that I see
half
here.
out.
Every court has a TV screen on it with the score, the players, the country,
Time
the
out.
province, the parish.
First time out.
And the fans are able to see what's going on, and you're live streaming on 3 different courts at the same time. So the coverage had to be the greatest thing that I've seen. That took a lot of people to do that.
Yeah, well look, again, from our point of view, it's about sorry, I'm laughing at the guys behind us, giving the guys a good push. But I suppose, look, it's a big thanks. We wouldn't be able to do it without our sponsor, O'Neill's.com. They've been unbelievable. And then TG Cahir Sport have been incredible. They're obviously making this happen and putting on their platform. So they're bringing handball out there, and I know it's a two-way street because they're very happy with the numbers that the handball has done. I think in the World Championships in Limerick,
10 seconds.
There was like 250,000 individual views over the course of the week.
Yeah.
And then another 200,000 views on the TV program that was produced from that the following week. So it's great for Ireland. Like, I know when I went over to New York
3-5.
in 2009, it was always that feeling that we had to fight for legitimacy even within the GA, and that seems to be changing now, so given these players that have come all this way and are top players, and they
Over ball.
that's a reserve anyway.
That's a good call.
They these players deserve the same billing as the
3-5.
top hurlers, the top footballers, in my opinion.
Short.
And
Short
maybe
ball.
we didn't have the product to bring to the GA and say we deserve this, but
Second
I
serve.
definitely feel that we've made a big difference in that now, and it makes it.
I'll tell you too, and it is great. One of the challenges that handball has is the ability to get a good visual from a live stream, right?
Yes.
You have a small ball that's dark in a big court. That's a very fast-paced game.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these other games, in hurling, there's a big ball. It's a big open field.
Yeah.
But you guys did a great job, and I'm watching it on the screen right here, and the camera angle is, that's impressive, and it's crucial to get that recognition.
Big thanks to Matt KV for actually producing this stream as well on us. So big shout out to the boys on top. We wouldn't do this without our partners in them.
Short.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's coming a long way, and I
Second
still
serve.
have a feeling that there's a bit of a way to go. But like this year in general, we've had unbelievable numbers, even across the board. That's a great pick from Ty.
Yeah, and like you said,
out.
that's how you get your sponsors, right? We have
Yeah.
a couple of guys working in New York. We have 10's Finest. We
5-4.
have Handball 4K, and they're coming up with their own, instant replays, some great technology. They're both into technology. We're trying to support them, and so
I met Phil in
6-4.
Okay, yeah. So in New York, we don't have a lot of sponsors, but we're hoping. We used to. We have a few, but they're not big.
Yeah.
But I was talking to some people, and that's another initiative. But I made sure when I got home that I posted up about O'Neill's, how great they were, and I gave them a big shout out on my Facebook page and thank you, which had lots of views also.
Yeah.
Because if you don't thank your sponsors,
Oh yeah, look again.
7-4.
I know that they've been incredible and like the good partnership for us at the moment, and hopefully that lasts. We're going to Niall and Tig still. They're playing a little bit better now since Tig's gone to the left. Niall would have played a lot of right side doubles over the years with Jim and Nash, so it seems to actually suit him a bit more. Again. Oh, that's a bad hand there from
Half out.
Leo.
they're going to make a match of this, I think.
Yeah, hopefully not.
See a little
7-4.
momentum swing.
Starting to relax into it a bit.
That's the one thing with the O'Neill's ball, and I kind of like it. You could see that they can't overhit it to the back wall, right?
Yeah, well, I think this is the funny thing about it. We've always had a little bit of a slower ball than the American side, so it's just funny listening to the American players complain about the ball, what they're used to. It's like, well, guess what? We've had to do this for the last 20 years as well, so it's just a little bit of a reversal. I suppose it's just one of these things that you have to get used to. In a couple of games you'd be used to it anyway.
But,
So
I see guys that they're still pounding the ceiling, trying to get it to the back.
Yeah.
But Tad just made the shot that I like. 2 to 3 feet off the top front wall, just floating.
Yeah.
No ceiling.
4-7.
clip it close to the front wall, and it will actually die nicely. That's
Side
a
out.
good shot. Good finish from Abe.
Opposite revolving door.
I think he's
7-4.
again. Abe was one of those yesterday who really struggled with the ball in a way, not getting into his own rhythm. So hopefully that's going to change now.
Point.
They keep ticking the scoreboard
8-4.
over. It's 8-4 here.
I like
Short.
We were just talking about Abe, me and Joe Kaplan,
Second
how he's
serve.
still competing here in the Open, right? He's hit the 35s. He's probably getting close to 37 or 38 now, and it's good to see him still right in here.
Point.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I know Abe, an absolute brilliant ambassador for the
9-4.
game as well. Spends a lot of time coaching a lot of young kids, and had him on the stream earlier. Really top human being.
I agree.
Top person, and he's like he said, he was telling me earlier that he's been coaching kids for the last 16 years in Tucson.
Yeah, and I know he gets a lot of support from Freddie Lewis.
Yeah,
they got a great facility out there in Tucson. It's
it's a good shot as well. So
always an example I use him as. If we could have more
11-4.
ambassadors like that for one wall in New York, more ambassadors like Paul Williams and
Paul's incredible.
Cesar Sala, who's now, I tell you, done tremendous, taking over the presidency of the ICHA.
Oh, has he? Brilliant.
Been about 3 years now, and him and I work together.
12-4.
Great.
Caesar's an incredible person, and what a handballer.
Tremendous. We've been getting some new board members too. Lily Fung is we needed a nice woman that's engaged with the female players, an A player, and she's come on board and has been a hard worker, right?
Yeah.
So Abe is kind of the the gold standard, right?
Yeah.
And
Possible match
I'm
point
telling
search
everyone
4.
talk about him, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see though that we're getting a lot of new people to participate.
Half out.
Yeah, they just
Ty
kind of.
gives a fist pump.
Possible match point search 4.
At 14-4 down.
Point match. Good playing, guys.
So the match goes to Leo Canales and Abe Montijo. They're going to advance to the next round of the championship. Hard luck to Ty Carroll and Niall Malone, who represented Mallow today, and Niall Malone of the Scarf Club in County Clare. Great to see him back on the court after
no problem.
8
Good
years
play.
out. No doubt
Yep.
he'll be
Good
back,
play.
maybe more competitive in the next one. But we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with the next match in a couple of minutes.
Always a pleasure just chatting.